Hey folks, it's the OSMcast. I'm Basil.
This is Kevin.
And that's us. Unfortunately, our current plans of releasing what was going to be this week's episodes, fell through again. And after 2 weeks of waiting, we decided we couldn't wait any longer. We had to record something and get it out there for you.
This is that something.
I apologize. Before we finish up our last contest, I decided we're going to announce our new contest. One of the things that I wanted to do with the OSMcast is we've been doing like visual things and not exactly book-y things. We've sort of covered manga before, and video games you kind of have to read, but I guess you have to read subtitles in anime, but
I do. If you're doing it right, you're reading subtitles.
It's true. But I thought we possibly would expand ourselves to the realm of books. Novels, if you will.
I don't know. Sounds dangerous.
But what novels could we possibly cover? Well, that's where you come in. We want to hear from you what novels you think are awesome or books that we should read. And we'll check them out and see if they're awesome enough for the OSMcast.
Ooh, be like a book club.
Yeah, kind of. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to actually do this as a contest. As it so happens, one of our friends of the OSMcast, a wonderful lady known as K.E.Ireland, has actually self-published her first book, Playing the Hero. And she has graciously donated us a copy of the book to give away. And I've added another copy of the book, so we have 2 copies of this brand new book that no one's ever heard of before, because she's not a superstar yet. So you can get in on it from the ground floor right now by sending us an email, awesomecast@gmail.com, and tell us what kind of books would you like us to cover. It could be novels, nonfiction, as long as it's not like an encyclopedia or a gigantic, like more than like 500 pages or something nuts.
No Lord of the Rings, although I'm pretty sure we've all read that.
It's true. We have. Oh, and fuck you, no Twilight.
Yeah, that's right out.
No Twilight. And no Laurel K. Hamilton past book 4 or 5.
Yeah, before she turns into a big old skank.
Yeah. But except for those, anything else is fine.
We'll give it a shot.
We'll give them a shot. In case you're curious on what this Playing the Hero book is about, I was given the back cover text. Velthion used to be a normal Gaelon boy. The day his father was assassinated, he lost everything. To save his people from the tyrannical rule of a madman, he must find a way to end Gaelonia's civil war before the word of his father's death spreads. Velthion's strength of will is put to the test as he struggles to maintain the loyalty of his crew and hide the truth. Playing Hero is the first book of epic story of one of Gilead's loss of innocence, mirroring the fall of his species.
Yeah, sounds exciting.
You can actually find out more information at www.nathanfleetshow.com. And of course, we'll include stuff in the show notes. I mean, duh.
Well, it'd be silly not to. How else are they going to find it? I mean, to them, it was just like www.com.
And in case you couldn't quite realize it, it's a space opera. So it's all like set in space and spaceships and
space
stuff.
Opera.
Yeah, I know. It's probably pretty good. I mean, I'm going to be reading it. You should too. Heck, I'm trying to give you a chance to get it for free. It's awesome. But, in case you've forgotten, we do have that previous contest we were doing about Dragonball Evolution. So, here's our other email. Warning, there might be spoilers for Star Trek. but I assume that everyone who's awesome has already listened to a Star Trek podcast, therefore knows all the spoilers anyways. This comes from... Is it Sevian or Kevian or...
I thought it was Sevian.
Sevian?
Of course, I don't know. Screen name, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to call you Cleveland. This came from Cleveland.
I'm pretty sure it's not Cleveland, but let's go with it.
My comment is more of a story. I saw Dragon Ball opening night with my father. I found it horrible as an adaptation, and he only knowing what he's overheard from me. I only know one voice, by the way, which is really crappy. Want to be Solid Snake, so yeah, I'm gonna read this normally now. I saw Dragon Ball opening night with my father. Okay, for serious this time. I saw Dragon Ball opening night with my father. I found it horrible as an adaptation, and he, only knowing what he's overheard from me over the years, thought it was a pretty good movie. A couple weeks later, we went and watched Star Trek. On the way home, I asked him what he thought. He said, I'd rather not known that this movie existed. I knew they were going to change things, but I heard changes in continuity will be due to Romulan time travel. I didn't like the fact that they completely destroyed the history I'd been learning for 43 years. And then I said, at least it was a better adaptation than Dragon Ball. Cleveland.
Yeah, that's a pretty good segue into...
We're talking about some Dragon Ball. We said we would, after getting some emails, we would talk about Dragon Ball Evolution. So here we go.
God help us.
Awesome crap about Dragon Ball Evolutions.
Yeah!
Dragon Ball. I guess my voice kind of sounds like the Dragon Ball announcer guy.
Yeah, a little bit.
The previous episode of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, works.
Yeah.
So, Dragon Ball. Boy, is this a dead subject now.
Yeah, it probably really has been talked to death by anyone and everyone who has seen it. It's been out. It's probably out of theaters completely now, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, man, frickin' Drew from Makibara Renditions. He writes for Gage Inside, and he tore this one a new one. But I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't horrible.
I think its greatest flaw is it's just kind of mediocre. It skirts the low end of mediocrity, just skimming the edge of crap.
It really is. It's not so good that it's not so bad it's good, nor is it so bad it's bad. It's like right there in the in between, and maybe it's just I think possibly that we saw, or at least I saw Chun-Li beforehand, and Chun-Li is so bad it's bad, and not so bad it's good, just bad.
Indeed.
But Chun-Li, it's such a freaking... It doesn't know what it's wanting to do. Because there's at some points, it's really kind of faithful to Dragon Ball. And at some points, it's totally not.
Yeah, they were very schizo about, okay, we're going to play this completely true to the original Japanese version in every way, and then they'd give us Stoner Yamcha 5 minutes later.
Yeah, it's like... they got something like the Capsule Corp, vehicles and stuff.
Yeah.
Those were cool. But... And Bulma had the right name.
Yeah.
It had a strand of blue hair. But other than that and I guess she was looking for Dragon Balls for...
She was looking for Dragon Balls.
Ostensibly the same reason.
Yeah.
But the actual, Bulma was more like your just standard female action tag-along.
Yeah, she had some elements of lunch as well, I felt, in the character, but without actually having lunch in the show. But yeah, that's right. I've seen some Dragon Ball.
It's true.
That's
it's maybe it's lucky that we're talking about this so long past, so nothing's completely fresh in my brain. Although the weird way they handled the Saiyan form near the end. Oh, by the way, spoilers, but who the hell cares? If you're listening to this, you've either made up your mind or have already seen it and confirmed what you made up in your mind.
Yes.
The weird how he was how he still get to go Super Saiyan without, or not Super Saiyan, but giganto monkey form.
Giant monkey.
Without actually being a giant, having the tail. That was weird.
Yeah. He got kind of just furry. I mean, he's not like a giant city-stomping-sized monkey. He was just a sort of a big, by man standards, monkey.
Maybe it was the tail was hiding. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was maybe a halfway cut tail, so he could only grow to the somewhat of a size. And
I don't know. Maybe if they make the sadly promised sequel, he will have a tail.
Yeah, the rumor is they have in fact confirmed a sequel. I think it was Piccolo's. What's his face?
James Marsters?
That guy,
who's an awesome character, but awesome actor. Not much chance to be a character.
He was more like Piccolo was sort of ran around like, I'm evil. Yeah, go kill that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how Piccolo likes it.
I mean, I think James...
Oh, baby.
I think James Marster is a pretty good actor. Sadly...
given no chance to actually act at all.
It looked like they just had run him to one scene to another and cut in his lines and moved on.
It's more like what the movie was. They just moved from one... The pacing was just all over the place. Like,
yes.
They sort of went, okay, well, here's a scene. Let's move over to this scene now. Okay, that looks good. All right. Yeah, that's the ticket. Okay.
Cut back to Piccolo. Have him be menacing. All right, cut back. Not too long. We don't want him to actually act.
All right, first we're going to here be the city. Then be the desert, which I guess makes sense. There's a lot of desert in Dragon Ball. Then a volcano, and then somewhere else.
And lava monsters, and fish sticks, and hand grenades, and a martial arts tournament. So, yeah.
That wasn't really a martial arts tournament.
Well, it was just kind of there. It was
sort of there. Didn't make much sense.
More like there was a martial arts tournament going on, and they kind of walked past it one day.
Yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, it's a pretty nice martial arts tournament. Big part of Dragon Ball's martial arts. Whatever, we're just going to keep going. We got a climactic battle with Piccolo. That's sort of a... That was really weird. None of the action until the very end was very Dragon Ball-like. It was more just generic, kung fu action. But when they tried to do the actual Dragon Ball action, it was really, really bad and stupid.
Yeah, and it didn't work out so well. It actually looked better when they were sticking to more conventional kung fu movie style fights. And
could they not give me a flying Nimbus?
Yeah.
I mean, would that have been too much to ask for a random cloud that he could hop on occasion? Did he ever get his pole? I now no longer remember.
I don't remember either.
Not that it really matters of Dragon Ball.
No.
He never really gets to use the pole that... I mean, did he use the pole that often in the show?
Oh, a bit. Yeah,
he did.
A bit, yeah. I mean, more so in the early parts of the show.
Yeah.
When he was like a tiny little child.
Same thing with... Well, I guess Nimbus he still used pretty often until Z.
Even in Z, he used it a bit. I mean, sure, he could fly, but why fly when you have a magic cloud?
Yeah.
And it was only later in the show they just pretty much flew everywhere.
It would take episodes upon episodes. Not with Dragon Ball Kai. Oh, no. They cut out all the bad stuff. And the violence.
Well, you take the bad with the good, I suppose.
True. But yeah, the Dragon Ball Evolution movie wasn't that horrible. It's actually about to come on DVD soon, isn't it? I think, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the time, I don't know if the fond mists of time clouding my memories have quite made it where I want to buy it, but I might want to rent it and watch it again.
I know the cover art looks awesome. Way more awesome than it, actually. It's got freaking Goku's freaking screaming and looking all Goku-like. He actually looks more Goku-like in that cover art than he does in the movie ever.
Yeah.
The movie did have a decent bit of, B-grade movie humor.
Yeah.
I'll give it that. I think it's one of its benefits, is that it had decent jokes.
It made me laugh a few times.
I chuckled several times. And sometimes it was intentional from the movie.
Yeah, not just because it was...
to have me actually, chuckling. And I thought that was impressive. And the Dragon Balls themselves looked cool.
Yeah. much better than certain Crystal Skulls and certain other movies.
Yeah, it was much more believable. Much more believable, Dragon Ball than there was a Crystal Skull. Oh, God. Dragon Ball movie was better than Indiana Jones flick 2, frankly.
I don't know. That's a bold statement. I'm not sure if I feel the same way. Okay.
Certain scenes in the Indiana Jones film were better, mostly on the beginning.
Yeah.
But the overall package for Dragon Ball is much more consistent.
Yeah. I would agree with your earlier statement, if not for the inclusion of Cate Blanchett in Indiana Jones.
She was good.
Yeah.
She was a good point. The beginning thing in Area 51 in Indiana Jones was good. The rest was crap. Especially the end parts.
Yeah.
Like, Indiana Jones had a couple of good points and a whole lot of crap. Dragon Ball never got that bad. It never got that good, but never got that bad. It's one of those things where it's scurrying down the middle of the crap highway.
Yeah, that's fair. That was
like I left Indiana Jones pissed off. I left Dragon Ball going, it could have been worse.
True. I was not especially impressed, but, well, I'm not a stickler for the absolute fine details of the Dragon Ball franchise anyways, but I was probably the most receptive viewer they were likely to find, but, yeah.
Well, I've watched I've watched all of Dragon Ball, watched all of Z, I've never really watched GT.
That's okay, most people haven't.
But, that's been years and years and years ago, And then I watched this movie, and I was like, okay, well, this is obviously got a lot of it wrong, but some of it, a little bit of it right, and overall it was just not bad enough to be offensive. And that's really the best I could say.
And Ernie Hudson was totally not Mr. Popo.
No, he wasn't. He was not Mr. Probably was.
Well, yes, that is the meaning.
And was it Chow Yun-Fat?
Yeah, Chow Yun-Fat was Master Roshi.
He wasn't horrible. He should have done that dance for the Chinese version.
Yeah.
Had he done the dance for the Chinese version, this movie would be great. Because then I would be able to get that Chinese dance by Chow Yun-Fat on high definition. And that would be worth the price of the Blu-ray by itself.
It would be. Just by the way, Dragon Ball, The Magic Begins. If you can find it, bad Hong Kong movie. Good laughs.
Has a great Master Roshi dance.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely fantastic. If nothing else, I'm sure you can YouTube that scene.
Probably.
It was good stuff. But now that I'm thinking about it, we looked up the director for this here Dragon Ball movie, and
James Wong.
Yeah, James Wong. He's done some pretty important stuff, like The One.
Well.
And
he worked on the Chris Carter trilogy of TV shows on Fox.
Well, he helped write it. He directed The One and also directed Final Destination 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's somebody has to make those movies.
And I guess it was our job to watch them.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be bad. We knew we were going to go see it anyways.
It's true. If you did not go see this movie, congratulations. You saved yourself some money. Because while it wasn't the most worst thing you could ever find ever, it's still not worth any amount of money actually spent on it.
No.
Now, if you could trick, say, your friend to go pay your ticket for you or buy you the DVD just for laughs, you've done a great job, because then you can watch this crap and you have to pay for it. And your friend can be brightly pissed off that you just totally ruined his day by making him buy that crap.
Yeah, that's how I saw Twilight.
That was just weird serendipity happenstance.
Oh, yeah.
Where it just showed up at your door going, hey, here, Kevin, here's a copy of Twilight. Woo!
It's like, well, crap. Okay, I'll watch it. And it was unintentionally amusing. But...
And that's going to be the official AwesomeCast, stand on Twilight.
Unintentionally funny, but...
Unintentionally amusing.
Unintentionally
I'm not going to give you
yeah.
funny.
I'll
give you amusing.
Yeah. Unintentionally amusing.
As I say this, without reading a single book in the series or watching the movie.
Well, I still haven't cracked the book, and I probably never will, but...
But do you own the book?
No.
or have access to the book?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess, you have a library card. I guess that would work.
Well, yeah, I guess in theory, if I was at the library and, it jumped off the shelf and opened and started turning the pages by itself, and I had nothing to do but sit there and look at it, I might read some of it.
That would be a really weird form of torture.
It would be.
Unless the book wasn't that bad, I guess it wouldn't be that torturous, but you'd be forced to read it. Therefore, you'd think it'd be that bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're good.
I
think we've now said our piece on Dragon Ball. And now if you've had a chance to listen to it, why, I don't know, but you have. And hopefully it worked out pretty well. Hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, because when we went to see it, I bet they saw the thing and just went, I want to know what they have to say. We saw Dragon Ball in the theaters, and it was, I just won't rest until I know just how bad this is.
It's true. It's as soon as one of these things are announced, you're like, well, crap, I know I'm going to have to go see it. I know I'm not going to like it. And in that case, I guess it wasn't the worst thing in the world. It was kind of funny how we got a pretty big, decent group to go with us that night.
Yeah.
We did almost like a midnight showing, and I just randomly called people out of the blue, hey, you want to go see some Dragon Ball?
Yeah, sure.
I got more people than I was expecting. I thought it was me and Kevin, but no, we got a decent crowd. So
God help us.
And I'm sure we'll go again for a sequel. And then several months after it's no longer valid to talk about it, we'll talk about it because we have nothing else left to do, or else let you wait another week without a podcast. And wouldn't that kind of suck? That doesn't until you listen to this podcast and you realize, oh man, I could have waited another week. Bastards.
Well, there you go.
And on that note, we are out. Balls, 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 balls.